welcome back to the YouTube. We have Aaron behind the camera today, so this is going to be a bit more professional than amateur hour that you usually see. So today is really exciting. I have a client, Jess, doing a photo shoot at Ultraflex, which I'm buzzing for. She looks unreal. So obviously plans have gone out to her in terms of what to eat, when to eat it this morning. Yeah, she's looking on point, so I can't wait to see her a little bit later. Checked in this morning, actually super happy with pictures, which is a rarity for any of you who bodybuild. You know that often you're looking at your pictures like, what the fuck is that? But you know, really happy with them. I think that things are starting to come through a little bit now. We've still got time to kind of pull the glutes and hams in, but it's definitely moving in the right direction. Sat around 59.2 today. Lowest this past week has been 59.1 kilos. So for 5'3", that's pretty heavy. So I know that I'm going to be, you know, I've added a good bit of muscle from the last time I competed in 2021. So I cannot wait to kind of show you all like the final product, or just show you the journey as time goes on now, because it's going to start getting really, really exciting for both myself and Mark, because changes are coming thick and fast. Show day is flying in, 7 weeks out. And yeah, it's going to start really ramping up a bit. But what I'm going to do now is just prep a meal, because I'll need to eat while I'm there at the shoot, because we can't be getting behind on meals. It's actually legs today, so I need to come back to the gym later to train, which again, absolutely still adoring my sessions, even though like energy is starting to dip a bit, but that's okay. Like that's to be expected at the end of the day. So I'm going to prep this meal here. And this is actually going to be, this would usually be my sourdough and eggs meal, but I'm not going to pack that and take it to the gym with me and ruin it, because it's too precious for that. So instead, I'm going to have my normal meal 5 instead of my meal 2. Yeah. So we're just going to swap those around, but have my little glass Tupperware, because anyone who knows me will know I'm absolutely obsessed with glass Tupperware for some reason. I always find that meals, seriously, like if you can do this, actually heat them up in the pan instead of the microwave. It just tastes so much better. So I always will heat my meals up like in the pan. And then that's already got 2 grams of salt in it. So I salt all my meals, 2 grams on every single meal. And I'm also going to put on some aromat as well, because that is the absolute goat of seasonings. If you don't know, get to know. So this is 50 grams of rice, jasmine rice to be particular, because it has to be jasmine. Like if you have basmati, there's actually something wrong with you. 100 grams of chicken breast, 100 grams of green beans, and now I'm literally just going to add 25 grams of avocado, which is probably going to go disgusting by the time I eat it, but it is what it is. Everyone always says, like, why do I cut my avocados this way? And the reason is actually because they last longer if you cut them this way, rather than cutting them like, you know, the traditional sideways slice. So that is why. Oh, fuck. Having a mare this morning, Aaron. Doesn't have to be pretty. That'll do. Okay, so we are now at the gym, the back of this Ultraflex Rotherham. Jess is just getting a nice little light pump now, just ahead of her shoot starting. I'm gonna get some oil on her as well. She's looking absolutely insane, like better in person, to be fair. So very, very happy with the final package. Like she's absolutely bang on, like could not have asked more than this. So yeah, we'll take you through the shoot now, and I'm really excited to see like kind of how these pictures turn out already.
Yeah, we in the wild, wild west. You took the wrong damn step. Talk to me nice, no stress. You run your mouth, get blessed. This is that chokehold season. Pull up on my block, that's treason. I don't need to give you no reason. That hammer can come out squeezing. Doing kamikaze when I'm wildin'. I'm going out all violent. Yeah, I'm styling. Can't talk now, go silent. That's priceless. I'm in control of my vices. I do not need your advices. Come out on top on the nicest. Hey, this is my
Jess has been prepping for this shoot now for the past 18 weeks. In that time, we've pulled off close to 8 kilos. She actually did her building phase with me as well. We've worked together for probably a good, almost a couple of years now, probably almost a couple of years. And it's just been incredible watching her develop and her physique develop, her mindset develop, because, you know, she did her building phase with me as well. We actually kept her pretty lean during her building phase. We didn't push up too high, we didn't push her body fat up too high, and it's enabled her to have a really good starting position for this photo shoot prep. So as you can see, like, you know, it's been a pretty straightforward prep. There have been struggles, like of course there have been struggles, but she's been incredible with just being so consistent with her plans, with just making sure that everything that she's doing is exactly what she needs to be doing. And even though there might have been some tougher days, like it's never stopped her from doing the do and getting shit done.
This is my moment. Hey, this is my moment. Yeah, watch how I own it. Hey, 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 this is my moment. Hey, this is my moment. Yeah, I am.
So Jess already has her plans over for her reverse, which is really, really important part of dieting. It's the diet after the diet. If you really want to make sure that you're able to stay in good shape post-diet, where you're going to be a lot more likely to gain fat pretty quickly, you need to make sure that you have your plans in place for post-shoot or post-competition, post-diet in advance. Just because you want to make sure that you're slowly but surely increasing calories over time and slowly starting to taper that cardio and expenditure back a touch to give your body time to adjust so you can actually maintain a leaner physique, so we're not blowing up post-diet after you've worked so hard to get into that shape in the first place. Obviously, first shoot done, like done and dusted, absolutely killed it. Like, how did you find it? What was the experience like?
Do you know what? It was a lot better than I thought. Like, I was so nervous for the shoot, like terrified, because it's not something I've ever done before. But honestly, like, it's been amazing. It's been a really good goal to reach as well. Like, I really actually enjoyed it, surprisingly. Like, I don't like my photo being taken normally, but it was fun. It was nice.
I think a lot of people relate to that in terms of maybe before not wanting to have your picture taken, almost like not wanting to be in front of the camera, and then to be able to come in and do this, like that's insane. Like it's not just that physical side of it, but it's also the mindset side of it, to have the confidence to be able to do it, because not very many people want to do that or can do that. It's crazy. Like how did you feel obviously before you started? Because I think back then you're a very different person to what you are now.
So like when I first started, I was training, I was doing like the odd bits in the gym, but like I had no idea what I was doing. Like I was going every day, but it had no impact because I weren't consistent, and I just didn't have a clue what to eat, when to eat it, and I just had really no confidence. I mean, I used to go to the gym in like a full quarter zip and leggings. You'd never see me in any flesh, and then I've just done a photo shoot in shorts.
Yeah, in a sports bar. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's like crazy. It's like completely changed me as a person, to be honest, and give me so much more confidence.
Honestly, that's unreal. I was just saying to Lewis was just saying there, like how he's noticed you change in the past as well, like your confidence in coming out of your shell. I think that's something that so many people like wish they could have, and like, but you're proving to anyone that it doesn't always have to be that way. You don't have to be stuck in a place where you don't feel confident in yourself, that you're not happy with what you see in the mirror. And like a few weeks ago, you're sending me pictures of you with like abs, and I'm just there like, her abs are better than mine.
I've actually never had abs in my life.
It's like, crazy. Honestly, it's mental, like the progress that we've actually seen. And you know, for the actual shoot prep, like how has that process been for you? Like how have you actually found it?
So I enjoyed it, and I'm not gonna lie, it has been hard, like mentally and physically. Like some days my body's felt like it's not wanting to move, but I've just done it anyway. And I think mentally it's just been hard because the motivation isn't always there, but that then comes with like a bit of a lesson for myself, because it's like taught me to be disciplined, and I just think if I can apply that kind of discipline to my life, like in any other way, like I can go pretty far because I've achieved this. So I've actually learned so much. It's been crazy. I was saying to Lewis the other day, and Lewis said to me, like, imagine you 5 years ago looking, thinking I'd do this, I'd have just laughed, because that would have just never have been like in my mind. That
so far from how you feel now. And I think that it's crazy what you said there about kind of what you've been learning through the shoot, kind of carrying over to other aspects of your life as well, whether that be work, because obviously you got like colleague of the month or the other so all of these things, even though she's on like, you know, almost an hour of cardio today, obviously a day, and then the food is obviously getting lower, like still able to kind of apply that discipline to other areas of your life and be able to not just progress your physique, but also progress like your work life, progress even like the relationships in your life, etc. as well. It has so much carryover. You learn so much about yourself when you actually push yourself out your comfort zone, because this is so out your comfort zone.
Like ridiculous.
So out your comfort zone.
When I tell people that I was doing it, I'd be like, people would be like, you're doing that, and I'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, I know. It's crazy. Like, you'd never expect that from me. I'd be like the type of person to shy away from a camera. I'd never wear dresses and things like that. And now I'm just completely not bothered. Like,
Yeah.
it's like night and day compared to what I used to be. It's crazy.
Yeah. See, now you've already got your reverse plans
Yeah.
in place. So you've got those over. You have the plans out. You know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about like coming out of the shoot and your ability to kind of like stay lean and like what are you actually wanting to do?
I'm looking forward to it, to be honest, because like I know now how, well, for one, I know how to eat. I know what's too much and what's taking it too far, and I'm just looking forward to just getting back into training fresh. Because I've not felt fresh for a while, like so long. So I'm actually looking forward to just going back into training, fresh head, and just try and maintain, be lean until my holiday, nothing crazy, and then maybe let's go back into a bulk and see what we can do next year.
Absolutely, I'm excited for that because I think that again, from when we last started, when we first started working together, we actually did a diet and it was, we didn't have the structure with the training. You hadn't done a building phase, you hadn't done a structured building phase at the time, and it's a very, very different look this time around. So now that we can, even with more experience, repeat that and do even better, plus you now get to be able to go away on holiday, like having actually the confidence to maintain like a physique that you're actually really happy with. That's going to be a game changer because you're going to feel like yourself, like going away. You're going to be able to wear bikinis. You're going to be able to feel so confident.
I'm
and
so excited. I've like literally I bought bikinis already because I felt so good. Like,
it was always good to be prepared.
Yeah,
absolutely. So we've got obviously plans already ready to go, and obviously you're going to have a meal today. You've got a spa day in a couple of days as well, which is going to be immense. And then obviously so well deserved for the both of you, just because you have worked so hard. The thing is, like, you know, even though some days have been a struggle, like they have, like let's be honest, like it's gonna.
At you so much.
Not at all. Like honestly, I've always said like to any clients, just be honest with me with how you feel when you've done that. But you know, even though days have been hard, it's never been to a point where like, you're just I can't do this. You're always just so consistent with your plans. Like you have the end goal in mind, like you know what you want to achieve, and you're just there like I know that this what I need to do today is going to get me to that goal down the line, and you hold on to that so much. I honestly, and I said this to Lewis as well, I have competitive clients that probably are not as consistent as you, so an absolute animal in the gym as well. Can I say, like training has come on so much, like it's like a different person, like seeing you train in the gym and just how much your execution's improved, because it's like night and day compared to what you were doing before as well. I think you can feel like you could go into the gym confidently now, knowing that, I train better than 99% of the people here.
And to be fair, a lot of people ask me for like advice now, which is kind of nice, because it's like, oh, you actually think I must be doing a good job if you're asking me for advice.
Absolutely. It's not just like a physical change, it's also like, you know, it's one thing to get compliments on your physique, and another thing to get compliments on like how you actually train. Like I would take that any day.
Definitely.
One question then, like kind of, what has been like the biggest kind of breakthrough for you, like the biggest lesson, like the biggest takeaway from the journey as a whole, whether that be, you know, during the prep or even the building phase or throughout the whole time we've worked together, like what do you feel like has been the biggest lesson you've had?
I think the biggest lesson for me is that like I can do it. So like there's been times where I've like made excuses or found a way around not doing something, and I think you actually can do it. Like there's no reason not to be able to do it. And I think for myself, like it is hard and some days like life gets in the way, but even then I've learned like I can still make time for it. And it's like taught me to like look after myself. I spend more time like caring about myself and like how I look and what I put into my body rather than just doing whatever. It's like it's definitely taught me a lot in terms of that. And I think again, that's something else I can take to into life, like looking after myself and like pretty much putting myself first.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm buzzing. Like, honestly, I cannot wait to see the shots as well. I think it's going to be so exciting. You actually killed it. Like by the end, you were like a natural.
I know.
It was crazy.
I was so nervous.
I know you
I
were.
got into it a bit.
Yeah.
But my back hurts now.
She's ready for some food, is what she's ready for. Ready to finish off the rice cakes you brought with her.
I've got a cookie in my bag.
Have you?
Yeah. And rice cake.
Coming out now.
And rice cake.
One moment she's saying, oh, I'm not hungry at all.
Do you know that I'm not? So I brought the cookie expecting like I'm going to devour it. I'm not actually that hungry.
So the reverse is going to go well, clearly. But yeah, no, honestly, super proud of you. Like you killed it. Like it's just been insane watching the process and the journey. Like could not be happier with you.
I couldn't have done it without you. And to be honest, it's probably the most I've ever eaten. Like, even though to some people it's not a lot, to me, like, I've eaten so much.
Yeah.
Compared to what I used to eat, I just live off like 5 coffees a day and maybe a meal.
One of those.
Just getting through on caffeine. So.
But this is why, like, that last building phase that we did as well was so
Yeah.
successful. It's just
Yeah.
because, like, you were actually eating how you needed to eat,
Yeah.
not just like kind of living off of caffeine and a one meal a day.
Yeah.
So, like, which I'm sure like a lot of people can probably relate to as well. But yeah, honestly, Aaron. But yeah, Aaron's nodding like, yeah, no, not me at all. But you know, super happy with the end result, and you're like, yeah.